All right, folks, it's your boy Charles Barkley back with another deck profile. This time on one of the set 3 sleeper characters, 13. 13 is very exciting to me. She's a 7-hander with 22 health, which puts her in a pretty exclusive above 20 health pool for a 7-hander. She's on Air, Order, and Void. This deck is Order because it's a very interesting control game plan here. Her abilities are response once per turn. After your rival plays a non-character ability that modifies the speed of an attack, cancel it. So once on your turn, once on their turn, you just have a free cancel. It has to be something that changes speed, but there are so many things that do, you'll almost always have a target for that. And it's free. Then, response once per turn, destroy one foundation. After your rival plays a foundation as a form, discard it from their card pool. So once per turn, you can just cancel a build they make by just destroying one of your own foundations. This is really, really good at making sure that they never get to play their best foundations. You just sit there and once per turn, you can go, nope, that's not happening. So you have two different cancels, effectively, as just abilities on your character's face. And I just wanted to lean into that and play what I feel like is basically sitting there playing mono blue in Magic. You just sit there and you're holding a counter spell, and your opponent has to play around it. Alright, so let's get into the deck. Alright, so for attacks, we start off with 4 Grasping Tape Toss, a Order Classic. It's a stun 1, it's a throw, it's a 2 mid 5. It's a good lead-off attack because it's a stun. If they don't block it, you get to target commit another rival foundation, so they're probably going to block it. But you get one foundation committed, and it's gonna do damage. You get some momentum. It's a fair trade. Just good ways to set up your end game. Then we've got Black Hole Void, the new 13 attack. So it's a 5 diff, plus 1 high block, 4 mid 5, with charge ranged. 13 enhanced. So if you're playing her, you can use commit 1 rival foundation. So you get a targeted commit on the attack. It's not stun, but it's a little better. And enhance. Your rival removes 1 card from their hand. If they have 2 or fewer cards in their hand, they draw 1 card. Just a good way to limit their resources, get some stuff out of their hand if they're having a whole bunch, and if not, maybe make them change up the blocks they're holding. Very interesting card. Also sets up my end game for killing them. Then we've got 4 Electric Jolts. Another nice, wonderful staple. It's a 4 diff with a 3 mid for 4, charge EX2, stun 1. The game plan here is if the attack is completely blocked, it still does 1 damage, so it's pretty much guaranteed to hit momentum, and then in momentum, you can use it as a flip and target commit down 1 foundation, which, if you have a couple of these in one turn, combined with all the stun you're playing, you can commit a very large portion of their board before they really have a chance to do much. And considering you're controlling what foundations they're playing, this can be devastating. Speaking of foundation control, I got 2 copies of Flamethrower. It's a 5 diff, 3 mid provisional promo from the most recent provisional promo set. It's a charge, powerful 3 ranged. Enhance, discard the top card of your deck. The attack gets plus X speed, where X equals the printed difficulty of the discarded card. So that can very, very easily take this to up to an 8 speed on its own. And then if this attack does 5 or more damage, just destroy 1 rival foundation. So you get to pick their best foundation they have left after you let them eat nothing but scraps and destroy that. Just another great card to just sit there and frustrate your opponent and deny them everything they want to play. Then, my last setup card, Flame Scourger. It's a Fury Range Stun 1, another new card out of Heroes Clash. It's a 4-diff with a +2 mid block, 4 mid, 3 damage. The stun 1 continues our game plan of just committing out what they do have left, and then enhance. If your rival has more committed foundations than ready foundations, the attack gets +3 damage. So if they entered a turn with 3 committed foundations out of like 8, this puts it at 4, one other attack put it at 5, you've already put them at that, so this is a 4 mid for 6 at that point. Just very good setup for that game plan. And 4 mid 6 can't really be just taken. So you get to burn their resources that way too. Now, my 2 finisher cards. I've got 2 Indiscriminate Shock, 1.3 million volts. It's a 3 low for 5. With only 2, there's a good chance that they won't see it in the discard until you actually are holding it. And it's your only low, so they probably weren't holding a low block for the rest of the game unless they were expecting you to play this. It's a stun 1, charge ranged with, if this attack gets +1 damage for each committed rival foundation, which you can easily slam 5, 6, 7 committed foundations, especially with commit 1 foundation, your rival commits 1 foundation. It's not too tough to tap out their whole board and then hit them for 12, 13 damage. Just a good way to make sure to close out those nasty games. And then, Extendo Hairstrike as a 4. Extendo Hairstrike as a 4. It's an EX0, ranged stun 1, new card from Heroes Clash. It's a 5 high for 3 with a +1 mid block. So you've got a nice high speed and pretty middling damage. So it looks like a poke, but it's got our stun, which we love, and it's got just commit 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 damage and adds 1 to its EX rating. This is playable any number of times, this enhanced step. So, if you've already successfully committed out their board, you know exactly how much speed they can block. Then you can just commit out your board, take this to 11 damage with a ton of speed, and just end the game on a single Extendo Hairstrike. It's not too tough to do, and it's something that they're not usually going to have an ability to respond to it. The Deadlock Enhance is nice too. The next check to play a card gets +5. So if they do go into Deadlock, you can just slam a card for even at the end of a chain. The other nice thing is because you're playing this as a 4X, every single time you play it, they have to treat it as if it's about to try to end the game. So you can bait it by playing 1, and then when you don't commit stuff, commit on the next one. Very devious, sneaky move. And that would be the attack lineup. Then my support cards. I've got 2 copies of the new terrain out of Heroes Clash, the USJ Dome. While this card is ready in your stage, the second attack each player plays during a turn gets +2/+2. So you get 2 speed, 2 damage on that second attack. Both players get this, but it's you have a ton of defensive options, and this lets you set up the Extendo Hairstrike as a big poke, or any of your other ones. And then response commit. After you commit a foundation due to your rival's effect, draw 1 card or commit 1 rival foundation. So they try to slow you down, or during during your turn, you could just commit down one of their foundations back. You do it on their turn, even worse for them. So they stun you, you can just go, yeah, you too. And that in itself is just one more way to tap down their board so that they don't have any options. And then 4 copies of Engine Trouble, another new card out of Heroes Clash. It's a 2-diff action with a +1 low block with Breaker 1. So it's an amazing breaker piece. But also, enhance, remove, commit 1 rival, asset, or foundation. Targeted asset committal and targeted foundation committal, your choice, in 1 card. Having a couple of these in hand as your opponent starts their first attack is just devastating to their chances of actually getting anything done that turn. You just can bog down a couple turns, keep controlling what they're playing, and just set it up for when you're ready to go. Love this card so much. Way more than I thought I would. And then our own foundations. I'm running 1/3 difficulty, Defrosting. It's a 3-diff for 2 with a 2 mid. Enhance once per turn, discard the top card of your deck, choose one of the following effects. This attack gets +2 speed, -1 damage, or -1 speed, +2 damage. Both just good value abilities to manipulate things and get the outcomes the way you want. The cost is trivial. The foundation is useful on both your turn and your opponent's turn. It's just a good, nice order foundation to play with. Another of our huge control pieces, Hero Killer. It's a 2/5 with a very relevant response. Response, remove. After your rival builds or unflips a foundation, remove it. So 13 triggers when they build in card pool. This is once are put in through card pool as a form. This actually deals with when it gets built. So you have one more chance to deny all of their cute little things they're trying to do. This can stop a new training method before it even does anything. This can get rid of most other things, and it's a remove. So with both of these online, you can deny 2 foundations during their build, and that can just be devastating to making sure they never really get up anywhere, especially if they're not a 7-hander. Beautiful targeted removal. Next up, we've got 3 final exam failures. It's a 2-diff with a 2 high block with enhance your attack. Flip. Your rival makes a check against a difficulty of 6. If they fail, they destroy 1 foundation. Generally, you're getting either a stun 1 or a foundation destruction out of this. Just really good value, really good way to put people on their back foot during your turn. Set up that stun out kill. Great card. Very useful. Then I've got 3 Heroic Lineages. 2-diff, 3 low block. And response, commit. After your rival's attack receives a damage bonus, it gets -3 speed. This is one of your big speed hate pieces. Such a great card because people are always pumping damage. Then you've got enhance commit. After your attack receives a speed bonus, it gets +2 damage. Which you have a few ways that can happen. And if you do, you get to just pop this for an extra 2 free damage. Good on both ends of the board. Then we've got our 3 making a stands. Enhance, flip. Your rival discards 1 momentum. Momentum hate when you need it. And when you don't, it's enhance. Your stun attack gets +1 damage. Since a good portion of our attacks are stun, this is no commit, just free damage on most of our attacks. And it's another low block, which routinely comes in handy nowadays. Then we've got 3x Creepy Realization. 2-diff with a +3 mid block. Enhance commit. The attack gets +1 or -1 damage for each card in your rival's card pool. basically, this can be 2 to 3 damage on an attack that you think is going to go through, pump up that throw, or -1 damage, or minus like 3 damage to one of their later attacks. Just helps mitigate that 22 health. Very nice. Then we've got 3x Passing the Torch. 2 diff plus 3 mid. Enhance commit, either draw 1 card, or if you have no cards in hand, draw 2 cards. Just an order staple. Never a bad time to have it. Just keep that hand full. Make sure people can't just chump you out with a series of attacks. Then we've got 2x Fulfilled My Duty. Enhance Destroy, end this enhanced step. Just such a great way to just say nope to an entire attack. You know you're gonna lose if they keep playing the enhances. Make them pick they get 1 and end it. Even this just sitting on the board will sometimes make people make bad decisions. Then we've got 2x of another new Heroes Clash card. Influencing the Youth. Form. Remove. Name a foundation. Commit all copies of the named card in both stages. This is a great way to deal with somebody running like their 4x Battle Resolves or something that they're sneaking on board. Just something to go, no, we'll just commit 4. Sounds great. Love it. Then into our 1 diffs, we've got 4 copies of Ice Gliding. It's a +3 mid, but enhance commit. This attack gets +1 or -2 speed. If it's blocked, the next attack gets +1 or -1 speed. So you can basically play this as another great defensive speed mod to just keep their entire attack pool down, especially with multiple of these, because 2 of them on 1 attack is -4 to that one and -2 to the next. It's just very oppressive, makes it easy to block multiple attacks in a single turn. Great card. Then I've got 4x Calling for Backup. It's a 1 diff with a 3 mid. Enhance flip, draw 1 card. If this was not the first enhance, played this enhance step, discard 1 card. So when you're starting for a kill turn, this just gives you a chance to fish for 1 more card, consequences free. Gives you a chance to try and draw into that 8, 9, 10 card turn and just blow them away. Then we've got 3x Self-Sacrifice. Partially here because of the beautiful +1 low block, but also the ability to keep foundations refreshing. Enhance Destroy 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 or -1 damage. Get rid of some of those that have been flipped down. Get you some new ones. Then we've got 3x Fusion. Because when you thought you couldn't have enough speed hate, this one with a 2 mid block is Enhance Commit. Your rival's attack gets -2 speed, or Enhance Commit, your EX or kick attack gets +2 speed. The top one's only relevant on a couple attacks, but the bottom one relevant to every attack. That's how your rival plays. Just another nice way to keep people honest and keep your defensive abilities up. Then we've got 4x Gotcha for the 0 diff spam. It's the +2 low block. After this card's committed during the enhanced step, this attack gets +1 or -1 speed, playable while committed. Just useful spam. Makes it people think twice about stunning you. And then finally, I've got 4x Desperate Times. It's a +3 diff, +3 high block, but response flip. After your rival draws any number of cards during the combat phase, they commit 1 foundation. Just another great way to keep them from having a useful offensive turn. Just denying more resources, making sure they actually can't kill you despite your fragility. And that is that. I think it's a very interesting deck that just controls the pace of play, and you basically get to decide when it's time to kill them, and you get to decide what foundations they even get to play once the game starts. It's beautiful. I think it's just a good representation of how Control can play in this format, and I love it. I think 13 is a blast. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, hit me in the bottom below. Deck list will be there too. Have a great day.